Hi, welcome back to Gamescape 3D. This month we are releasing the first part of what is supposed to represent a medieval knight's estate with a couple flares of fantasy thrown in to kind of help with the storytelling. These models are pretty simple, but I do want to go over a few features to help you with your printing and assembly real quick, and then we'll be on our way. All right, first up we have our small peasant houses. These are 3x5" peasant houses. We have 4 different style roofs for these smaller peasant houses. The fourth one is a slight variation on this style right here. So you'll be able to have these peasant houses and have them look different enough from their roofs to keep them varied. And we'll also have variations on the bottom where they'll have different sorts of timber patterns, window placements, little things to kind of mix them up. Now, I have 5 different flue hoods I'm giving you. You'll be able to either resin print these or FDM print them, and then you can just glue them on there any way you want. There's not like a specific reason. If you have to clip these timbers to get those on there the way that you want, it's not a big deal. Now, each of these timber frame houses will have a roof that easily removes. On the inside will be a slight indentation on one side. If you want to, you can install one of these optional lofts. Okay, I have a couple different sizes for those because there is some variation on a couple of the houses, so watch for that in your folders. All right, traditionally children would sleep up here, maybe some storage up there. We will also have the regular doors we've been using, and I've also included the dilapidated doors that I developed when I was doing the rune set. I think they go pretty good with these peasant houses. So there's that. The second peasant house will be a 4x6. In many ways, it'll be very similar. The roofs will be different, but basically styled in the same way. And the same can be said for the lower area. And again, you will have an option for a loft on all 3 of these larger peasant house bases. Okay. And again, you'll have working doors that you can install with filament hinges. These windows also open up if you want them to. Those are going to be slide-in insert windows. It might be a little tight sometimes, so you might need to kind of hammer them in there, but that'll save you on some glue. One last note, our smallest barn is actually the same size as the large peasant house, so roofs will be interchangeable between those models, although I do have one roof that is specific for the small barn. So keep that in mind when you're mixing and matching your roofs. This is the small barn. It's pretty straightforward. The only thing I want to mention is it does have a ledge for a loft just like the houses. It does have its own size loft though. The second barn is this 3-sided open face barn. This would be for like pigs or goats. Okay, roof just comes off. The only thing I want to mention on this is we do have a movable gate on this side. The top part of this gate you have to glue into place. Okay, so that's the only tricky thing we got on there. That's going to be a separate part that gets glued in there. Last thing I want to show is our large barn. It's about 12 inches long. Okay, it does have large functioning doors. You'll notice that there's little holes in the bricks everywhere. That's for ventilation. Okay, we have a couple of options here. The one I printed up is the dirt floor option. You'll also have rock floor option if you want to use that, so be aware that those are 2 different prints, and I'll have them labeled as such. Right here I have functioning double doors, and you'll want to glue yours in, but this is a separate assembly. let me pop mine out here real quick. It's pretty tight. You almost don't need glue. But this is the assembly. So you got a hinge system in back, and the filament goes through the bottom and ends right here, right below that notch. So it's pretty nifty. Okay, and we'll carry that through onto our larger barns that we're going to be doing here in the next month. Okay, thanks for joining me while I go over those quick notes. That's all for today. I will be coming back in about a week with another speed painting tutorial for one of these small huts. Aside from that, if you're not interested in that, I will see you in 30 days when we do our next release. Thank you.